Welcome to the Vets United Animal Welfare Teaching Module on animal welfare legislation. The Vets United Animal Welfare Teaching modules were developed as a key component of the Vets United program. Currently consisting of 15 modules, the curriculum has been peer reviewed by experts to ensure high academic standards. The content aligns with the recommendations of the World Organization for Animal Health, WOAH, and is accessible online to the public free of charge. In this module, you will learn why legislation is an important pillar of animal welfare, what good animal welfare laws should include, the limits of legislation, and your role as an animal health professional. Animal welfare issues often arise when human interests are prioritized over animal interests. Laws are powerful tools that help protect animal interests and provide a framework for safeguarding animal welfare. Animal welfare law is shaped by three interconnected forces: political and economic interests, science and knowledge, and ethics. Science provides the evidence based on our understanding of sentience, behavior, and genetics. Ethics translates that evidence into moral concern and public advocacy. Political and economic interests determine what ultimately becomes legislation through power structures, markets, and media influence. These three forces continuously interact, meaning that animal welfare laws are never purely scientific or purely ethical, but rather the result of negotiation among all three. A model animal welfare law should have a fundamental orientation focused on the prevention of animal cruelty, the promotion of animal welfare, and the minimization of suffering. The basic structure of an animal welfare law includes three key components. First, a preamble that explains what the law is about. Second, the content of the law outlining what needs to be included. Third, implementation and enforcement provisions explain how to ensure the law works effectively. The preamble should include the title, purpose, and objectives of the law, such as protecting animals, their welfare, and their health. It should define the scope of application, specify which animals are included, identify the situations in which the law applies, and provide clear definitions. The content of the law should contain general provisions, including the prohibition of cruelty to animals, a list of interventions that are prohibited under all circumstances, the prohibition of killing animals without sound justification, and the obligation to provide or arrange first aid and care for animals. Importantly, the law should address both acts of commission and acts of omission. Effective implementation and enforcement are essential. A national animal protection system should clearly define responsible agents, institutions, and authorities. Enforcement may also require specialized judicial systems, adequate budget allocation, and provisions for penal and administrative fines. Humane education programs, including education about existing laws, are also critical. However, many countries experience an enforcement gap. This may result from a lack of clearly defined responsible authorities, insufficient powers granted to those authorities, inadequate funding for investigations and enforcement activities, a shortage of trained personnel, limited political or financial interest, corruption, ignorance among executive powers, and underreporting by both the public and animal health professionals. Education plays a vital role in improving animal welfare. It should include all members of society, including children and youth, the general public, and people who work and interact with animals. To summarize, law is a cornerstone of animal welfare because it creates binding rules that all members of society must follow. A good animal welfare law should regulate all areas where humans can affect the welfare of animals. Legislation is only truly effective when combined with strong enforcement and education. Non legal approaches, such as incentives, also play an important role in raising animal welfare standards. Finally, animal health professionals have a critical role to play in the development, enforcement, and education of animal welfare laws. The full teaching module has other resources for classroom activities, field practicals, quizzes, and references for further readings. If you find this module valuable, access the full Vets United teaching resources at the following: www.teaching-animal-welfare.org. Register and download for free. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss more animal welfare content.